Hi, beautiful people. Happy Monday. Just going to share with you some kind of, often you're in the healing journey, there's this kind of belief that we have to feel it to heal it. And in an extent, it's true. There is working in this field and with mind-body syndrome, and having had my own healing journey and helping clients to heal their own bodies, their own syndromes, mind-body syndrome, and conditions, chronic conditions. It's a very, very important to make a little bit of a clarification on this, because it's that you can dwell in the feeling part too long, and so we there's a balance needed there. So I was in the UK, as you know, and I visited my family after some time, and I had a very beautiful time with some members of my family, and yet other members of my family, I made it very clear, sort of very clearly, that I need to put some boundaries and some, unfortunately, members of my family are alcoholics, and they are in a very toxic situation. And so I put myself and my daughter at danger in this toxic environment. And it was very clear to me that that I have to make very clear boundaries towards, basically not put myself in that situation again without a car or without a way to get out. And this is a very clear message to me, because I think it was very clear, even more clear than ever before, because my daughter is now 6, and she understands what she can tolerate and what she shouldn't tolerate. And so so I'm going through the process right now of clearing. I did my clearing this morning. So emotional clearing is when you actually feel the emotions and feel the energies, so that you can actually clear them and therefore heal. Because the more we stay in the energy of, or let this energy vibration stay in our bodies, the more we are at the vibrational, the resonance, the vibrational resonance of this energy, and the more that affects the biology of our system, right? So shifting that energy as fast is a priority for me, even though I have a lot of other things to be doing. It was a great opportunity for me to clear it, and I did. I have a lot of soothing tools and regulating tools that I have been sharing with you over these sessions, over these videos, and so I use them all. So I'm not obviously teaching or telling people about anything that I don't use personally, and I share them all with my clients as well. So, but there is a slight shift in the mindset that I've noticed from when I was in a kind of my emotions taking over me state, to now where I'm a master of my emotions, or at least, not 100% of the time, but, the majority of the time I can now feel an emotion without it overwhelming me, or without it taking me to the next level of like freak out, or, and I'm not to say that it doesn't happen, and it won't happen, right? But I know have trust in myself and my system. So the difference is that I now take triggers, and I now take kind of the message of the emotions very clearly, and like I'm listening for it, rather than just being in the mindset that this is something bad that's happening to me, that this experience with my family member was a bad thing that happened, so I'm judging it. And the more that I judge it, the more I'm kind of like in this state of, well, this shouldn't be happening to me. So the mindset for any emotional upheaval, frustration, sad, overwhelm, if we can get into the state of acceptance. I've talked about this before on my webinars, but if we can get to the state of acceptance that and this is not just taking any shit and accepting it, right? This is like, this is happening right now. What can I do about it? So it's actually an empowerment move. So I'm having this motion right now. I validate and calibrate it. And what is the message that that I need to get from this emotion? And then you can be in this power of letting it move in, through and out of you much faster than if you're in resistance, because what you resist persists. And so we're very much in this state of, majority of the time, when we're in emotional upheaval or discomfort or whatever you want to call it, that we feel kind of a victim to our emotions, right? So getting to the state of, yes, I need to feel it to heal it. And what is the message? So being open to the message to move. So energy is, emotions are energy in motion. And this has been, this also helps to shift the mindset towards that something wants to move through me. There's a kind of energy that's coming up that I need to just deal with, to shift it, okay, to move it. So the more we can be in that state, the better we're actually much more of a facilitator for moving of the energy than we actually believe that we are most of the time. So the awareness of where the emotion is in your body helps create a sense of tracking. Like, you can track it. You can just, you can see the expansion of it. You can feel the intensity of it. So those 2 points are basically an opportunity for you to actually be in awareness of that emotion. And by being in awareness, we are, pure consciousness, spirit and consciousness, and are the field, the quantum field, that's our superpower, or that's what we are, right? So if we can be in awareness of that emotion moving through us, we can give a kind of intention to what we want that emotion, that energy in motion, to do, right? And this is spiritual, if you want it to be spiritual, but it's also what you can, the belief that you can or you can't do something, that you believe you can do it, you're right. And if you believe you can't do it, you're right also. So it's about kind of starting to play with these energies and these emotions that we have, the energy in motion, so that we can start to give it an intention to move up and out rather than stay in our bodies, right? So sorry about that. So it's vital for us to give the intention, and the intention can just be, I give the release of this energy up and out of me. You can imagine, it's very helpful for the subconscious mind to give a symbolically moving out. So, imagine either I connect my root chakra to the ground and take it down to the ground, or I can go through the top of my head and I just, or through the breath. Those are the 3 kind of ways that I can imagine it just coming up and out of me. And giving the intention for this power, this energy, this wave of emotion to move up and out. Because what we do normally is we clench. We normally clench down and clench in, and in this state of non-acceptance of what's happening to the isness of the reality of the situation, right? So it's not about just feeling it and then abusing the feeling of it, so being stuck in it, I've been addicted to the feeling of it. It's about moving it and healing and giving. And this is a statement that I use very often for anything. This happened to me, and I am grateful for the healing now across all dimensions, space and time. So this is, because we're living in a multi-universe, if you believe it or not. And so we, there's all the quantum physics have shown us and are showing, it's a developing field, and it's completely, it blows my mind every time. I love it, quantum physics, and getting into it much more and much more, because it's really showing the potential, the potential and the infiniteness of space-time, you know, in different dimensions. So yeah, I just went off on a tangent there, but the point is, giving the intention for this emotion to move up and out is vital for healing, not staying with the addiction, that being in the addicted, I'm feeling this and I can't be, you know, I can't shift it, or I'm not healed yet. So already being in the gratefulness of the healing that has, you know, you have access to this healing right now. The more we are in this state of I can't be healed from this, or I'm not empowered to heal from this, the more we're in victim state, and the less we'll actually heal it. So I'm grateful for the healing now that's you know, across all dimensions, time and space, and release. So with that, I'll love you and leave you, and yeah, baby, let's move this energy and heal. Lots of love.